Hey everyone, what's going on? It's Rich from the Active Trader Room, and I want to do a video, just a little follow-up on the spider trade. Today we're finally getting some follow-through. In fact, we took some profits into this move today, so in case you didn't see the video, maybe go back and watch it, but this is my point. It was from the recent sell-off. We were right at the 618, and we all know the 618 is the golden ratio that we teach in the Active Trader Room. So you can see we tailed off the 618, and we got involved short with this one on Wednesday. We saw the 60 and 30-minute MAs were starting to go a little flat, and today we finally got some follow-through, and we took some profits into the EMAs as per the plan that was given yesterday during the video. I think for further downside, I would take these lows from June 4th up to the highs around June 19th, or June 18th, excuse me, and I would just see where the 618 is and where the 50% is. So a 50% retracement would be 130, 161, and the 618 would be 130 half. So that would be the ultimate targets for the short trade. But I think this pivot in the spiders is pretty important. This 130, 116 is pretty important. I think if the bears do take out this level, the spiders could be in trouble. I'm not saying in one straight line, but I think then you could look for any bounces to be sold. I think for the ongoing trade, I think it's important to watch the 60-minute. Let's just bring up a 15-day, 60-minute chart. So we haven't really had our bounce yet, so let's see how we handle the EMAs that are now sloping downward and the 8s below the 21. So let's see how any bounce is handled in the coming days. But I think this was a good trade that we've been right on top of, and taking profits today is the prudent thing to do. And tomorrow, on any gap down or any further weakness, we may get flat into that 131 half, the 130 half, and I think into that zone is a smart level to get flat. One trade that we took in the room live in real time was Tiffany's. This is a name that we game planned for. Let me start off with the daily chart. So really not much to see here. It's clearly a weak stock. 21 and 8 are both sloping down. And I'll put in a little pivot here at the 8 EMA on Wednesday, and today we were on the lookout for a short. So on the 15-minute time frame, which is the one that we normally look for, let me bring up a 2-day 15-minute chart. We can see off the open, this is from today's action, off the open, had a nice impulse move down, nice 3 bounce into a declining 8 EMA. This was 50% of the morning impulse, which we want to see. For short trades, we can see into the EMA. We put on a feeler, and then once we got confirmation, once a prior bar's low is on the cut, the moving average sell setup, we started to roll over in Tiffany's, and we achieved our price targets pretty quickly. We took a little bit off at the 618, and then I eventually got flat in, a little below the 100%. It eventually went down to the 1618. So this was a great trade, and I think it's a good one to really keep note of, because the reason why the 15-minute chart followed through so nicely was because the higher time frames, the 60-minute and the daily chart, told the same story. One final quick hit on Apple. Just looking at the 15-minute chart, we know the daily's been flat and the 60 minutes been flat to neutral. So just intraday, it seemed pretty range-bound the first 2 hours of trading. You can see this is the high and low of the opening 15-minute bar. You can see we made a new high, then we failed. We went back down to low. So pretty choppy in the morning. We were avoiding this name pretty much, trading it very lightly. And then finally, at around 12:30, we broke lows, we held, and we could see we had a nice 2-bar bounce on the 15-minute chart into a declining 8 EMA, and we followed through, eventually hitting our target of the 100%. So I think going forward, Apple does look a little stronger than the spiders and other names. I just want to show how the trade really didn't happen until 12:30. So if a stock really isn't trending or out of its opening range, it's probably not worth in day trade. So just be mindful of that. I find it pretty helpful to draw my lines on the opening 15-minute high and low, just so I get an idea of what the stock is doing for the day, because the stock really won't work until it becomes a little unhinged and trending. So we could see with Apple, it didn't occur till around 1 o'clock that we finally got our rollover once we busted out of the range. So just a little example of why patience does pay off. Okay, everyone, I'll be back on air at 8:30 for the morning game plan, and we will keep up the good work. Thanks.